Coming up on Mountain News this morning, as we head toward the winter season, Eastern Kentucky vets remind everyone to think of their pets if they need to be left outside. And organizations in our region continue searching for help to get much needed supplies to people affected by flooding in late July.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you. 6 o'clock here on this Wednesday morning. I'm Dakota Makris. Thank you so much for waking up with us. We certainly do appreciate it, because if you didn't wake up with us, I would be out of a job. All right, let's take it over to Brandon this morning. Brandon, it's true. Don't make that face. It's true. We wouldn't have a job.
Oh, Dakota.
Yeah. Anyway, well, there's weather to talk about.
There is. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Thankfully, not as bad as it was. Well, it wasn't really ever bad, but there was some more rain in the overnight hours. But it's starting to dry out now. We're continuing to watch that as we head through the morning. Let's take a look at live pinpoint Doppler radar, and you'll still see a lot of green on there. Most of that is ground clear, not reaching the ground, but we are watching some cells that basically go through parts of Bell County all the way up to Louisa, but we're kind of focused on the ones that are the heaviest bands there, just south of Hazard, just south of Hyden, over toward the Moselle area over there near the 421, near 421, going toward the Leslie-Harlan County line. So just be aware of that this morning if you're traveling. Temperatures still falling, down to 52 now in Somerset. So the cold front approaching the Lake Cumberland corridor. So Lexington's down to 51. All that is still going to move to the rest of the region through today. So Harlan and Prestonsburg both at 60. That's not going to last, okay? Our temperatures should drop into the mid-50s by 7 and then low 50s by later this morning before trying to rebound. So you'll need a little extra coffee as you head out the door this morning. And of course, for the next dozen hours for the donuts as they clear away, it's not going to be a great forecast as we see gloomy conditions basically all day long. If you see some peaks of sunshine, count yourself lucky. I think the western counties have the best chances of that, but I'm not optimistic on that at all. And temperatures may get back into the mid-50s this afternoon. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, new this morning, a police chase in Boyd County led to a chaotic ending. Boyd County Sheriff Bobby Jack Woods says it started around 3 o'clock this morning near Route 60 when deputies started the chase due to a situation involving drugs. The driver of the truck ended up crashing into a home on Beach Street in Ashland. The sheriff says shots were fired and Kentucky State Police is investigating the matter, but no injuries have been reported at this time. We will make sure to keep you updated as we learn more. Well, it is that time of year again when we start to see forest fires. At least 9 counties in our region have issued burn bans. We talked with officials about why people should follow those bans. This past weekend, Magoffin County Judge Executive Matt Wireman says they had multiple fires across the county. The Judge Executive recently issued a burn ban.
These dry conditions and the wind, and obviously with all the leaves falling, it creates a very hazardous situation, not only for our forest, but for our air that we breathe.
As of Tuesday, Johnson, Lawrence, Pulaski, Rowan, and Whitley counties joined Magoffin in issuing burn bans.
We have people that burn habitually. There are things in their yard and those kind of things, but we just want them to make them aware.
A chief forester I talked with says burning in your yard is actually one of the main causes of wildfires, and if you are not careful, the fire could reach your home.
Times are dry, and it will spread very rapidly right now. And then, other times it may be high moisture in the air or high humidity, and it'll be a slow rate of spread.
Saying burn bans are necessary to let Kentuckians know the risk of burning and telling them to hold off.
Every fire is different. You could have a fire in the same spot every year, and it'll be a different fire every time, just depending on, again, wind, humidities, and then, of course, being able to get the equipment where it needs to be.
Even with rain moving in, officials do not expect it to be enough to saturate the ground to keep fires from happening. In Perry County, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News. Well, the current list of counties with burn bans in our region, near our region, include Knott, Floyd, Johnson, Magoffin, Pulaski, Rowan, Morgan, Menifee, Lawrence, and Whitley counties. County burn bans are enforced by local law enforcement. Those who violate a ban can be charged with a misdemeanor. With temperatures starting to drop, any four-legged friends being kept outside may need some extra help staying warm. Dr. Danica Harvey with Appalachian Animal Hospital says any pets left outside in the elements without protective shelters are at risk of hypothermia and frostbite. So it is important to provide pets with a warm space that can block any rain or snow, and to insulate these shelters with materials like hay or wood chips to keep moisture out.
The other thing that you want to start thinking about too is making sure that they have fresh water available. When it's really cold, it will freeze up. There are actually heated water bowls that you can get, or there's heating devices made to put in water to keep it warm enough that it won't freeze.
Well, if you have any stray animals near your home or property, it could be good to help to provide them with a warm space for them as well. The Floyd County area has many families still searching for help after the high waters destroyed much of their communities in late July. With the floodwaters have now dried, local organizations are still working to find help for those in need almost 3 months later. The process of moving forward will be a long one, but workers with Hand in Hand Ministries say they will be there every step of the way, as long as volunteers will step in to help.
We're here year round, but we'll be here when everybody's gone. We'll be here on the back side of it. And, the last 2 months, we started getting the calls coming in. These people are homeless, there's nobody here to help them.
Hand in Hand Ministries Oxshire Center is looking for community members to donate their time, money, or supplies to the cause. Following last week's Source Summit, it was announced that several projects would receive a share of nearly $25 million. One project is Country Music Highway 23's TV and radio broadcasting studio in Floyd County. Our Jordan Mullins has more from officials with CMH 23 and how the new studio will help educate and prepare the next generation of broadcasters, musicians, and artists.
Last week, CMH 23 received a grant of $1 million from the Appalachian Regional Commission during the Source Summit. The grant will fund the radio and TV broadcasting studio at the Mountain Arts Center, allowing more educational opportunities for folks wanting to get into the broadcasting industry via a partnership with Big Sandy Community and Technical College.
It's also allowing people of all ages to get hands-on learning experience, to learn what it is to help write and produce a show or radio program.
Bringing tourism into the region while drawing more attention to the talent of Appalachia.
Right there in the heart of the mountains, sometimes get bypassed or we get overlooked, but really and truly, that's where our talent is. We have so much talent, so much culture, and this is just one more reason to stop by and see us.
Making an impact across eastern Kentucky.
Not just for Prestonburg or Floyd County or Harlan County or anywhere like that. We're trying to do it all up and down US 23 and capitalizing on the talent that we have to draw people to there.
And preparing artists for future careers.
We want our artists, the artists that come and share their stories, share their talents with CMH 23, to be able to be as prepared as possible for when those phone calls or those knocks on the door come.
Investing in young creative minds across the region. In Prestonsburg, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
CMH 23 content creator and producer Jill Hamlin says while there is still plenty of work needed to be done for the new studio to be operational, she's excited to see it utilized to create original content made up by up-and-coming young artists. Well, $1 million of that funding is also going towards a build-ready certified site at the Gifford Road Industrial Park in Magoffin County. Magoffin County currently has the highest unemployment rate in the Commonwealth, and local and state officials hope this funding will provide much-needed jobs to people in the area.
We get this grant and get the things completed. It's going to install sewer down the entire length of the park. It's going to do the geo-testing. It's going to have a footprint ready to build on of a 50,000 square foot facility.
Well, now the industrial park will be able to house up to 5 businesses and has the potential to create up to 200 new jobs in Magoffin County. Well, the two candidates who want to be the next mayor of London met Tuesday night for a fiery debate. Our Keaton Hall was in Laurel County and has more on what they had to say.
On Tuesday, London mayoral candidates Judd Weaver and Randall Weddle engaged in a heated debate. The transparency of city council meetings was a key topic after a state audit released in April found issues with the budget of the city and its tourism commission.
City meetings should be given live streamed, however it needs to be done to get to the citizens. That's first and foremost. We must live stream this stuff. And then all of us that you elect into office must be accountable for the things that we're doing inside that council meeting.
Both candidates, being businessmen, have hopes of revitalizing downtown.
We need to make it easy access. You know, for downtown to be vibrant, we need to look at the ordinances that's restricting some business owners currently from doing things downtown.
I think there are a lot of things going on right now on our main street. There's a lot of opportunities and possibilities for new businesses to come really, really fast.
But it didn't take long for the opponents to start throwing jabs. Weddle claiming Weaver was stalking his house.
We speak of integrity. I am on the ballot. Leave me and me alone on this ballot. This is not integrity when you can tell a man where his family is sleeping when they're not.
While Weaver also claimed to be under close watch.
And I asked you if you're not stalking us. I don't even know this.
I don't stalk. People come to me. I get many videos.
You have people doing it.
No, you do. You have private detectives.
In the end, both men promised to lead with honesty and integrity.
You need to know what's going on in your community with your city leaders. The only thing that I can say is I'm a hands-on guy.
I want to be a mayor that you can be proud of, an individual that is built of integrity and honesty.
Election Day, just 2 weeks away. In London, Keaton Hall, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, if you'd like to watch the debate, we have a link to the live stream on our website, WYMT.com. Kentucky voters will soon cast votes on a ballot measure some state lawmakers are wanting. It's a proposed constitutional amendment to grant the legislature more scheduling flexibility and the power to call itself into special session. If ratified, the measure would shift more power towards the legislature. It's a potentially far-reaching measure that would let lawmakers meet in regular session longer into the year, and it would alter the balance between the governors and the legislature.
6:12 here on this Wednesday morning. Still some spotty showers out there in many locations, especially in the eastern counties. But we take a look at US 119, US 23 at Jenkins. Still fairly quiet. No rain over that way just yet. There was some rain earlier this morning. Heard out the roof at my house here in Letcher County rather. And then I also see that the temperatures are starting to drop as the cold front approaches. So 60 in Harlan, 60 in Prestonsburg. Those will be a thing of the past. They're already down into the mid-50s. In Irvin, down the I-75 corridor through London to Williamsburg, all the way down into Jacksboro. Still in the upper 50s there, but I think that'll change pretty quickly too. I think most of us will end up in the low 50s, like over toward Clintwood and in Wise and Jonesville this morning. So again, just be aware of that. 55 is our rebound high today. Again, I guess technically you could say we had a midnight high, but I think we will rebound just a little bit as we see, again, some stray chances for rain this morning and then cloudy skies mainly throughout the day. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. 6:13 when we come back from Mountain News this morning. As we continue inching closer to midterm elections, two big names in Pennsylvania take the stage for their one and only debate. We'll have more on that